RRA Digital with new look. Various collaborative content from various national programs, including live visual broadcasts, live radio broadcasts, music playlists, podcasts, video news, and various users' interaction features in the game. Various interesting content such as likes, comments, and shares, as well as live chat with broadcasters and users. Direct messaging and private chat facilities between app users are also available. RRI Digital, available on Google Store and App Store. RRI Digital.
VOA listeners and viewers, it is so good to be back on Indonesia and diplomacy. And today's edition of the program will inform you about the situation in Ghana, where the people have protested for days against the economic turmoil in the country. So how is actually the current situation, and what about the condition of Indonesian people in the country? We will find out more with His Excellency Paskal Augustine Bronson Rois as the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Indonesia in Ghana. Hello, His Excellency. Good afternoon from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Good morning from Ghana, from Accra, Ghana. Good morning, my dear.
Yes, thank you so much for joining the program of Indonesia and diplomacy. And like I told our listeners and viewers in the beginning, that right now Ghana is facing economic turmoil, where also the people have been doing demonstration for days. So we would like to know what actually is happening there in Ghana. Could you tell our listeners and viewers for the details, please?
Thank you very much for your question. Ghana is fine and peaceful and continue to be the beacon of hope and democracy for the West African sub-region and indeed for the entire African continent. Since the inception of the Fourth Republic and the return of Ghana to constitutional rule through the December 1992 elections, the Fourth Republic has become the longest democratic period in Ghana's political history without any military intervention, as was the case in the First, Second, and Third Republic, as well as the subsequent coup d'etat that characterized such governmental and political periods and history of the country. Ghanaians and foreigners are going about their normal duties and responsibilities in an atmosphere of peace, natural or national cohesion, and tolerance of opposing views and voices of dissent, which are part of the inherent features of any thriving and deepening democracy, as you and I know. The Ghanaian cedi has been relatively stable in the last few weeks against the US dollar and other international currencies, keeping inflation figures, though high but quite stable, which currently stands at 40.1% as at August 2023. Food inflation for the same month of August went up to 54.2% from the previous figure of 51.8% in July 2023. This has implications for food prices and ultimately the standard of living for the average population. The economic situation continued to be difficult for the average Ghanaian because of some of the IMF conditionalities imposed on the country through the $3 billion IMF bailout being implemented in the country to ensure fiscal discipline and as well improve the country's GDP to debt ratio. Unemployment continued to be a major economic challenge for government and the youth alike. Ghana's unemployment ratio for 2022 was 3.87% of the population of 34 million, a decline of about 0.05% from 2021. This challenge, coupled with some perceived corruption and mismanagement allegations by sections of the population, have culminated in some demonstrations against government and some state institutions in recent times by the citizenry, particularly the youth. Civil society groups, democracy watchers, concerned individuals like myself, and organizations as well as the media continue to play their key watchdog and advocacy roles that are strengthening the country's democratic institutions. Even though some abuse of human rights occur from time to time, the country continues to learn from such mischief, which have all consolidated the country's democratic gains in this fourth republic of the past 30 years. There is no cause for alarm. I would like to assure you and assure all Indonesians all over the world, Ghana is peaceful and everyone is safe here.
Okay, but what about following the protests? What about the condition of the people, all people, including Indonesian citizens?
To the best of my knowledge, no Indonesian has ever protested. And Ghanaians who are protested, like I stated earlier, are on due course that they are protesting for better healthcare, they are protesting for governance, better governance, and etc. But I think most of the times, the international media exaggerate the economic situation, not only in Ghana, but also across Africa. I don't understand what this is supposed to achieve. Ghanaians will return again to a sound economic period when the current IMF program is over and the country is able to recover from its high debt level. It will, however, indeed take a high sense of financial discipline, pragmatic policies of governments, as well as the patience and continuous sacrifice of the Ghanaians together. Karen, I would like to assure you that the protest that we even had was the youth requested for certain amenities to be implemented or to be made. But it is not that the country is in chaos.
Okay. So, based on your information, it means that there is no need for emergency plans or evacuation necessary right now.
Currently, there are close to 60 Indonesian citizens living in Ghana. Some of them are even married to Ghanaians and vice versa. They are engaged in pastoral works, teaching, healthcare, community service, civil service, as well as the business space. They are found in several parts of the country, including Accra, Tema, Tamale, Ho in the Volta region, and also some other places like Kokwe in the Volta region. Yes. And all these people are safe. And no one is complaining. And no one is calling for evacuation. Ghana is peaceful than any other country you know in the world. And when you look at the peace statement that came out to us last year, Ghana is the second most peaceful country in Africa after Mauritius. Ghana is the second most peaceful country in Africa, and I think 20th in the world. And I would say Ghana is even much peaceful than any other country that you will know. And it's very peaceful like Indonesia, or I would say even more than Indonesia.
Okay, very glad to hear about that information. But are there any official communication lines available from the consulate to ensure about the condition in Accra or the other cities in Ghana for confirmation for the safety?
Okay. To speak about the safety of the Indonesians, I would like to say, or Indonesian citizens in Ghana, I would like to assure you that Indonesian citizens in Ghana are very safe and secure. There is no cause for alarm. Once again, I would like to reiterate and say there is no cause for alarm. There is an excellent relationship between the Indonesian community here in Ghana as well as the larger Ghanaian community. there are no emergency plans. I must be honest, there are no emergency plans because there is no problem in Ghana. All Indonesian citizens are safe and are going about their duties without any problem. They are okay. They are fine. Yes, the consulates have this relationship if you are asking for that. Yes, we do have a good relationship. The consulate relates to all members of the Indonesian community here in Ghana. Indeed, the consulate has a WhatsApp platform where members are able to share with and hear from one another. The consulate also passes on any needed information to them via the group page and through phone calls where necessary.
Okay.
So there is no crisis in Ghana.
And now we talk about the cooperation then between the two countries. Like you said that we have been doing a very good relationship. So far, how is the cooperation, especially in the social and economic fields between the two countries?
The cooperation between Ghana and Indonesia has become excellent. And the relationship actually began way back in 1959 when His Excellency Sakano and Ghana first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who were personal friends and happened to put the two countries together for bilateral purposes. And since then, it has always been Indonesia in Ghana, and it has always been Ghana in Indonesia. Of which I can even share with you that during the independence and the fight for independence, people from Ghana, that is the history, a little history before I go to the question. People from Ghana, from Elmina, from Volta region, who have moved from Ghana to Indonesia to assist in this fight for independence. So, and they were the people we used to call the Black Dutch or the Black Indonesians in Java. And even in Ghana here, when anyone travels from Indonesia, you come to Ghana, you go to Elmina Castle. There is a portion there called Java in the castle, in the museum. It's a museum where we have in Ghana. There is a place called Java, which is for Indonesia, the equipment they use for the fight for the independence are all there. And there is a place called Java in the museum. So I'm encouraging all Indonesians, whenever you come to Ghana, visit that Elmina Castle and then see it for yourself. So Ghanaians are Indonesians and Indonesians are Ghanaians. So the cooperation between Ghana and Indonesia, as I said earlier, has become excellent. Bilateral trade ties continue to be strengthened between the two states. Ghana is currently hosting about 4 Indonesian companies that are manufacturing various products for Ghanaian markets and for export. So you can imagine that. And products such as Indomie is the factories here in Ghana. And I would say Wings Group that produces Santex hand sanitizers, detergent soaps like Soap Clean and body lotions and many other products are also here in Ghana, and they are doing very well. The company that is United Food Indo-Ghana Limited in Accra, manufacturer of the popular Indomies, what I spoke about earlier. And then we have another one, Peace Indo-Ghana Limited in Tema. Peace Indo-Ghana Limited are the producers of Medisol, producers of the age-old Medisol soap, as well as other products that they do. They are currently manufacturing. They no longer bring those products from Indonesia to Ghana. They manufacture them right here in Ghana. So Ghana is very peaceful, and I would say the Indonesians here are enjoying Ghana. And their various partners, being their husbands or being their wives, are taking very good care of them. I wish you see them. I could show you their pictures. They are looking very good. Ghanaians take good care of people. We are loving people, just like Indonesians are. And so, please, I would like to assure you that there is peace here in Ghana. Also, in the past 26 years, the export of Indonesia to Ghana have increased at an annualized rate of 10.7%. from $50 million in 1995 to $208 million in 2021. Again, in 2021, Ghana exported about $45.9 million worth of product to Indonesia. The main products were cocoa beans, $38.4 million, cocoa paste, $4.14 million, and rubber, which is $1.3 million. And I believe listening to all this should tell you the bilateral trade has been deepened. More will have to be done by the two countries in order to achieve greater results for the benefit of the two countries. And it is as a result of this, me being the consulate here in Ghana, I decided to establish what we call Indonesian African Trade Mission. Indonesian African Trade Mission, which has its aim or purpose of bridging the gap between Indonesia and Ghana, and Africa as a whole. There are a lot of companies who want to do trade with Africa, but they are finding it difficult. There are a lot of trade companies in Africa who want to do trade with Indonesian companies are finding it difficult.
Okay.
And Indonesia African Trade is in to cover, we call it Indo-African Trade Mission. It is here to establish the trade relationship between Africa and Indonesia to deepen the relationship more and expand the business. And our slogan is Indonesia, like Indo-African Trade, we say Indonesia is the true partner to Africa.
Okay.
Indonesia, the true partner to Africa.
Yes, really can't wait to see the beauty of Ghana as well. Thank you so much, Your Excellency Paskal Augustin Bronson Rois, the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Indonesia in Ghana, and hopefully the situation in Ghana remains stable and peaceful. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, VOA listeners and viewers, that's our special interview on Indonesia and diplomacy with the Honorary Consul of the Republic of Indonesia in Ghana. And that also ends today's program of Indonesia Today from Voice of Indonesia and also from RRI. That we'll meet again tomorrow on Indonesia Today, same time, same channel only at 3 p.m. Western Indonesia time, GMT +7 on VOA News.id, RRI Digital Mobile App, and UCTV for RRI Net viewers.
RRI Digital with new look. Various collaborative content from various national programs, including live visual broadcasts, live radio broadcasts, music playlists, podcasts, video news, and various users' interaction features in the game. Various interesting content such as likes, comments, and shares, as well as live chat with broadcasters and users. Direct messaging and private chat facilities between app users are also available. RRI Digital, available on Google Store and App Store. RRI Digital.